Hello, dear friends. I listen with interest to all the popularizers, but I don't trust any of them. Opinion piece. Whom to believe? Insight. Who is right? Narrative duality. Preparation time. Critical approach. The past is a mystery. Contradictory versions. Addiction to monetary system. Past water doesn't turn the mill. Let's start. There are many contradictory versions about humanity's past supposedly revealed by supernatural sources, from Lucifer's rebellion by Juan José Benítez to the Urantia book or the Secret Doctrine by Blavatsky or the Book of Enoch, among many others, not to mention modern sources of channeled messages. And each one claims to have the absolute truth, just as it happens with religions. The problem is that these versions contradict each other, although they agree on some points, such as the existence of giants in ancient times. Some say the giants were good, and others that they were bad, but I believe that there were both types, because Goliath was not exactly one of the good ones. Regarding fallen angels, there are interpretations that present them as evil entities and others that consider them benevolent or even holy. But the fallen taught the art of war to humankind and instigated divisions to feed off our suffering, or taught the art of fiduciary economics in Babylon to swindle each other. Contradictory versions about the existence of giants in ancient times and the nature of fallen angels are common in various esoteric and religious sources. Some accounts suggest that the giants were malevolent beings, while others describe them in a more benign manner. The figure of Lucifer is especially controversial, with him being represented both as a demonic being and as a luminous or holy being in various traditions. In short, discrepancies in interpretations reflect the complexity and diversity of beliefs and mythologies that have evolved throughout history. These narratives, although contradictory, are part of the rich tapestry of stories that have influenced humanity's understanding of its past and its relationship with the divine. While these books may be interesting from a literary or speculative point of view, they should not be taken as definitive revelations about humanity's past. Many of these esoteric books emerge from marginal sources and cannot be independently verified. They make extraordinary claims without solid evidence. The history of humankind remains a mystery in many aspects. It is best to maintain a critical approach and not accept what they say as absolute truth, no matter how convincing it may seem. Therefore, we cannot be totally sure who is right. It is true that we can stick to what resonates most with us, but we can still make mistakes. Therefore, I give up worrying about what happened or what didn't happen, because what I go by doesn't move the mill. I'm more interested in what is happening currently and especially in what happens to each of us. While we cannot travel back in time and see what happened with our own eyes, the important thing is to focus on the present to build a positive future and assimilate the lesson of the mistakes of the past. We cannot cling to any popularizer's version because everyone can make mistakes, but rather build the best version of ourselves. In short, we cannot hold on to any external being, no matter how heavenly it may seem, because we do not know what is hidden behind each mask, and because the devil is the father of lies. We can only focus on our divine essence and try to understand the nature of our divine being to fully manifest it. And we could still be fooled if we are not insightful. Sometimes I get the impression that the higher quantum self likes to make his own avatar suffer as if he were a psychopath, so that he can learn his lessons the hard way. The only way to avoid this would be to transcend the ego and become one's own higher being, whose nature is absolute existence, knowledge, and bliss. It is to say, the clear light of bliss. Messages. According to the Storm Rider, the Knight Templars were secretly Gnostics who believed that the mind of Christ was in humans, that religion was not needed, and that peace came from within, and no temples or priests were needed to understand divinity. According to Judith Castle, the new Golden Age is anchoring, and we are preparing for the year 2025, when something would happen in a cosmic moment, bringing a total paradigm shift on all levels. We are going through such profound internal changes that we will only realize the magnitude of this in 2026. See this as a time of preparation, where everything we are is liquidated. The waters of the earth are merging with the waters of space, and on a universal level, and we are in the state of breaking waters before true birth. Message from the Mother through Elena Velázquez. The entire system was created in our world to benefit only a small group of negative entities, who made the rest of the population work for them and lose the connection with your soul. Your 3D matrix is made like a computer game, where you must press a setting button to advance, otherwise you will be stuck. This is an illusion, where nothing is real. Humanity was a long time ago a superior species that allowed itself to be enslaved. Money came into your society for one reason only, to control you and your life. Many became addicted to the monetary system as it represents false power and glory. You are like a robot who constantly needs to survive by paying for the most basic needs in order to live. None of the galactic civilizations have to pay for their existence. Many souls volunteered to rescue Gaia from darkness, but they became stuck and forgot their origin. A world conflict is not going to happen. Most wars were artificially created so that humanity would suffer. The Matrix has been falling for quite some time and will continue to fall. Be an observer of this false reality and not a participant. You will know when it is time to move and ascend to 5D. Those who did their job will leave this 3D reality and enjoy freedom and peace. Money is not going to exist in the fifth dimension. Breaking news. The International Court of Justice in The Hague demands that Israel stop its offensive in Rafah and give access to researchers. The Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin will be hospitalized and authority will be transferred from him. Trade fear of China takes over the G7. Poland faces an energy shock due to the refusal to purchase Russian fuels. The expansion of the BRICS opened a new page in its history with the incorporation of 5 new members: Iran, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the Emirates. Turkish markets are the best of a moment of renaissance, says Siri. Bolivia and Brazil strengthen their bond through the joint exploitation of hydrocarbons. 6 planets will line up in the sky next to the moon before dawn on June 3rd. Jupiter, Mercury, Uranus, Mars, Neptune, and Saturn. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.